Jamie, fantastic victory this afternoon, and Glenn Taylor with all 4 goals. There's so many superlatives being used about him throughout the years in his Spennymoor career, but how do you sum up his performance and that of the team today?
He's frightening. That's why I think we see he's the best number 9 in the league. Speaking to him there just briefly, and I think that's 20 plus goals at this level every single year he's been at it. All sorts of different finishes, what he works on in training, what he works really hard on in training. He just led the line brilliantly, and I think he had great support off Blackie as well. I thought his work rate in and around him was different class. But in terms of the team performance, obviously delighted to get the win, delighted to get 4 goals at home. Couple of bits that we're a little bit disappointed in. First half an hour, the first half, I thought we were outstanding, controlled the game, some great combination play, some obviously great goals. We went a little bit sloppy, invited them back in. We addressed 1 or 2 things half time and said, just get back to what we were doing for that first 30-35 minutes. I think we've done the same in the second half. Obviously Glenn scores a brilliant goal. We're in total control of the game, but as I've just said there, we never do things easy. But yeah, lots of positives. Some really good individual performances, and obviously, delighted for the big fella up front. I thought he was absolutely outstanding.
John Akinde came back into the side this afternoon and really had an impact as well. He had a hand in more than one of the goals, didn't he?
He did, yeah. He probably could have had 4 or 5 assists, to be fair. When he's like that, he's absolutely unplayable. We've seen it so many times, and I think it's why the fans love him. He gets people off the seat, and he causes problems with his pace. He can frustrate you. I know he frustrates me at times, but when he's like that, like I say, he's unplayable, and it was nice to see him come back in. I think he really suits that system in the wing back role. We spoke about getting in good wide areas, and we got him in them areas, and thankfully picked out Glenn. I think it was his second or third goal. Yeah, so yeah, really happy with him as well. A good performance.
I know this season, we try and win every point we possibly can between now and the end of the season to see where it takes us. But when you look at that performance, does it give you real heart and encouragement for what lies ahead with this, the basics of what we've got there, that group?
Yeah, I think, it was one of our first games when we played Kettering away, and looking from there to where we are now, it's a completely different squad, first and foremost, personnel. But there's a lot of positives to take. I don't think we're far away. I think we are where we are because we've been inconsistent at times. We've given away, sloppy goals, individual errors, but we've also shown that we can play, and when we do play and we do things the way we want it to be, we're a very tough team to play against, and I think our home form over the past few months has been really good, and it was something we had to get back to, and we had to get the fans behind us again, and cheering us on in that way. But there's lots of positives to take, and we have to move forward. Obviously the summer is the summer, there'll be ins, there'll be outs, but there's exciting times with that as well, and we need to get things right and make sure that we do move forward as a club.
LeBron and Becker forced off. He picked up a shoulder injury in the first half. Looked like it was still troubling him in the second, and he looked in pain as he came off, actually.
Yeah, he's uncomfortable there. Obviously it's a quick turnaround for Tuesday night. Fingers crossed it's one of them, more precaution. Obviously he's in good hands with the physios and stuff, and I know he'll be honest with us, but I think up until he got injured, he was different class. Him alongside James Curtis, Michael Ledger, they're absolutely outstanding, and he gets us playing and he's comfortable with the ball, and obviously from a defensive point he gives us a really good base. So yeah, fingers crossed it's not as bad as first feared. Disappointing to see him go off, and I know he was really disappointed there as well, but like I say, hopefully he's going to be okay. And
just finally looking ahead to Tuesday night, it's the rearranged trip to Southport, and we want to try and build momentum. It's something I've said numerous times to you, and we haven't quite managed to follow up a really powerful performance. We need to do that on Tuesday, don't we?
Yeah, on Tuesday we've got to do the basics really well. We know what to expect. They're a very direct side. They've got some big physical players, so aerially we're going to have to be very switched on from the long throw-ins and the set plays that they possess. We've got to also be brave. I think you've seen at times today that the pitch was a little bit difficult, but the way we got it down and moved possession and the combination play was excellent. So we've got to bring that all to the table on Tuesday. We've all got to be up for the fight and up for the game. And like you say, let's hope we can build some momentum and finish the season really strong.